Welcome to clickmyproject.com. Our project title is Dynamic Cluster Members Scheduling for Target Tracking in Sensor Networks. Now we discuss about the abstract of our project. Our project abstract is, in order to collect information more efficiently, wireless sensor networks are partitioned into clusters. The cluster provides an effective way to prolonging the lifetime of wireless sensor networks. In this project, a position-based clustering and the energy-based cluster edge selection approaches with an extension to the energy predication has been proposed to prolonging the lifetime of wireless sensor networks by evenly distributing the workload. The proposed clustering method following the basic principle of EOERP protocol. The proposed EOERP is reducing or eliminating such individual node formation and improving the overall network lifetime when comparing with an existing protocol. The PSO-based energy efficient routing protocol called the Enhanced Optimized Energy Efficient Routing Protocol, that is EOERP, is proposed. The cluster in the existing Optimized Energy Efficient Routing Protocol result in individual node formation. For eliminating such individual nodes, the concept of EOERP are used for the cluster formation. The NS2 simulation results shows the proposed approaches is more efficient than other distribution algorithm. Now we discuss about flow diagram of our project. First one is a network formation. The network formation are formed within a given range of the sensor. The nodes are grouped automatically depends upon their radio waves. Agents are formed for a group registration. The simulation work has been done within the network simulator NS2 version. In the simulation, nodes are randomly distributed within the network field of the size given region. The TCP is used to establishing the connection between the source node and the destination node. FTP, that is the file transfer protocol, and the randomly choosing the different source destination connection. Next one is on a protocol implementation. Here we implemented in Enhanced Optimized Energy Efficient Routing Protocol. The protocol containing each node position, velocity, speed is updated here. Using this protocol, the cluster formation is done. The cluster formation takes place using the determinants of eligible nodes of clusters. Here the position based clustering on is done, then the energy of the node. The cluster head is used to monitoring the member of the cluster nodes. Each cluster's heads containing the every node position, speed, velocity and the energy list. It is very used to identifying the member of the cluster node. The cluster head is based on the energy of a node. In one cluster, which node have a high energy means that node is indicated a cluster head. Then the cluster communication. It is assumed that the sensor node sends the data after detecting an interesting event. The cluster head collects the data, aggregates into a sense to the base station. To save some energy, we may think of one relay among the cluster heads can send the data to the base station. To utilizing the bandwidth efficiency, instead of a multiple cluster heads, one relay can deliver the messages to the base station, can reducing the energy consumption and the enhancing the energy efficiency. Next one is on a performance measures. A different network parameter analysis is being done for a proposed protocol. The parameters like a total energy consumption, throughput, packet delivery ratio and delay are calculated here. Now we are going to discuss about output of our project. First, open the terminal window. Now change the directory. So type cd space our directory name. Our directory name is PSO. Then directory changing coding is cd. So type cd space PSO. Now change the directory root into PSO. Then now I run the main.tcl file. So type ns space main.tcl. Now run the process. Here the each and every second position, velocity, speed of the node is calculated here. This is EOARP protocol walk. Then this is a NAM console and it is out.nam window file. The out.nam window file display our output. This is zoom in button and this is zoom out button. Play back button, that is rewind button. Play forward button, stop button, play forward button and fast forward button. This is time simulation and time setup. Now I play the project. The 31th node, that is a base station, and the dynamic node deployment is here. The network creation is done. Next one is cluster formation is done. Here the position based clustering is done. Now the energy based cluster head is selected here. Now the member of the node is moved to form one cluster group. Now cluster formations takes place. Now the cluster communication is start. First the member of the node sends a communication to the cluster head. This fourth node is wants communication to the 20th node, so it sends a communication to the cluster head. Then the cluster head sends a communication to the base station, and the base station routing the the base station sends a communication to the next cluster head, which node containing the destination is find. So the neighbor is find here. The optimal routing path is directed here. Now 0th node sends a communication to the base station. The cluster head does not communication sends to the another cluster head. It only sends the base station communication. Then the base station sends communication to the cluster head. The base station sends every cluster head and check the destination node. If only 22 node sends the reply messages, so only 31th, that is the base node, sends the communication to the 22 cluster head. Here the inter-cluster communication is done. Here the intra-cluster communication is done. Then the 22 node sends the destination node to the communication. Now reach the communication. Thank you for listening. Now I run the graph file xgraph space pdr.xg command is used to display the packet delivery ratio of our graph. Here the existing system is lower when comparing with a proposed system. Next one is an xgraph space throughput.xg. This is a throughput graph. Thank you for listening. Our demo is completed.